if you only focus on the positive and you just never commentate on the negative stuff, some people will consider that a passive endorsement of it because nobody's condemning them for that. People love to think of VTubers as like just fun and games, fantasy world, engage with, don't worry about stuff, but there's always going to be bad actors and negative events that happen, I will say. Especially because it's the beginning of the video and, well, YouTube does its thing. Anyways, I'm going to be going over a video from a Mr. Underhill, who has been seeing quite a bit of success lately. Wow, he's already at 14K. Last I looked, it was 13 something. But he is a growing in popularity Vtuber. That is to say, he does talk about drama, but he abides by, if you got nothing nice to say about somebody, don't say anything at all, which in a sense I do respect. Though I am personally okay with criticizing people publicly. That's just how I do. But he wanted to he released a video last week about we need to have a serious talk about the VTubing community. And I think he's going to be raising some points that broadly affect all sorts of content creation, but framing it in a sort of, or framing it through a VTuber's perspective. But we'll get into that. Let's see how it goes. If you like his stuff, check him out. I've caught his streams before. I've watched other videos of his. I haven't watched this one. I know I have differing opinions. Let's just see.
We need to have a very serious talk, don't we? With that said, hello everybody, how's it going? It is I, Mr. Underhill, your tea-sippin' commentary owl, here to bring you some of that good VTuber tea. Before I go all full serious burrowing owl on your butts, I do have to quickly remind you that if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, you should do that because we are trying to get to 15K before the end of the year, and if we do, then I will do this. I will be your femboy waiter in a stream. So we'll do a stream where I am your femboy waiter if we hit 15K before the end of the year.
At this rate, I am looking forward to that stream because it's like just under 2 months till the end of the year. Dude's going to hit 15K soon.
Should prove to be, you know, very dignified. I'm really going to enjoy this. It's going to be great. And also, if you have any other
I'm really going to enjoy this. This is going to be great.
Related topics that you'd like me to discuss, you can let me know in the comments down below. You can let me know over on Twitter at Mr. Underhill VT, or you can let me know in our Discord. We have a Share the Tea area. You can let me know over there. But with all that said, we really do need to have a serious chat. So sit down, grab yourself a cup of tea, and let's have a chit chat. I'm going to be going over the stories that we talked about recently, and then at the end, I'm going to have a conversation with you about something. But stories first, then conversation. So, we need to talk about Kyo calling out some very bizarre behavior from some pockets of Niji's fan base. So, if you don't...
Okay, so this is going over some kind of context that I don't actually know of because I haven't terribly been keeping up with the agency stuff. I will actually be turning up his speed a little bit. But as Mr. Underhill said, for his fan base, if you're curious of my perspective on things and, you know, to help keep me aware of things, you're more than welcome to tag me on Twitter. You're more than welcome to join the Discord and drop some stuff in the Briley React requests. Okay, let's get back to it.
No, Kyo has a pretty serious illness, and it comes up from time to time in his streams. Like, it's something that he talks about. But there is this, I guess, growing section of the Kyomis that use it for, like, shipping and fanfiction fodder, which is absolutely not okay. And Kyo himself actually comes out and addresses...
Unironically... What? Oh, why is my computer being weird? What?
Oh boy, we need to have a...
Cool. going to go back to 124. Love the internet doing a normal thing.
Section of the Kyomis that use it for like shipping and fanfiction fodder, which is absolutely not okay. And
if I'm understanding him correctly, Kyo is dealing with IRL struggles with some sort of disability, and the Niji haters use that to make fun of him, or the Niji stance. I don't know. It sounds like very, very normal human behavior from people.
Kyo himself actually comes out and addresses this as being very not okay in these clips here.
I am very exhausted of seeing this online, and you know what? I want this to be clipped too, so that people see this and it stops happening, because I'm honestly really fucking tired of it. I'm tired of people bringing my health condition up.
Oh, different Kyo. Okay. Okay. This is something I've not actually heard of, but it's okay, so it's a Niji talent that haters are using their disability against him, which is just not okay. If you want to go after somebody, you go after their opinions and their advocacy. That's my opinion.
As a means to talk about me, rate me, rank me, put me in any fictitious scenario, like that shit is for your entertainment or a joke. I'm tired. I don't know why this keeps happening to me, of all people in Niji Sanji. It's happened with shipping stuff. It's happened with tier lists. And it's always like, oh, well, we did this because you're frail, or oh, you're unhealthy, or oh, I don't know you. You're not my friend. I don't want you to bring up my real life health condition for your tier list, rating system, ship art, whatever the fuck it is you're using.
Shit, that's like disparaging Iron Mouse for her own personal disability that I would say she has in a sense overcome with, becoming a widely known public figure and actually being able to realize her dream in one way or another of actually having a concert. That was a really nice concert, by the way.
For your amusement. I'm really tired of it. I am pretty much fine with every other thing being joked about me. I'm pretty chill about everything, but I'm so exhausted that this keeps happening to me. And like, it's not even like a funny casual joke that my friends will say in passing and you'll like, be too comfortable and repeat it in chat. It's not even that, because I honestly feel like that's a little bit more understanding. But it's like you're trying to rate my abilities at anything based on my health condition, and I don't think that's fair, because the only reason I even talk about it is because I want other people who have similar health conditions or chronic conditions to feel like they're not going to be inhibited by their condition, or they can do what they want based on their condition. And it's always sad to see that I am rated, shipped, put in these fictitious scenarios, talked about for people's entertainment, and put almost essentially down, put as like the weak person, the person who needs saving, the person who can't do a thing because of my health, or I'm unable to do this, or I need help doing something, or whatever. And
one thing that keeps running through my mind as I'm listening to this is like a lot of the more aggressive portions of the fan bases, at least in general, that I've seen, tend to think of their Oshis or like the other VTubers as like their characters completely in line with their lore kind of thing. But it's really sounding like Kyo here is, his lore is being ignored, sort of, or like they're tying in IRL stuff just because he's, talked about it to raise awareness about an actual issue in real life. But a lot of these people just tend to want to not think about real life. They want to completely disengage. They want to engage with their escapism, and apparently they see this Kyo here as a means to, or as an entity or a sort of force to break down that fourth wall, sort of, between VTubers and reality when I'm literally just using a program to track a model over how I'm actually acting in front of a camera right now. That's why I'm not very animated. That's something I gotta work on. A lot of VTubers gotta work on that one actually, but that's tangential.
Whether or not that's true in real life, I don't think it's fair to always be brought up. I've been living with this my whole life. It's not a joke to me. I'm tired of people online being very comfortable.
Also, I will say, if you're rating somebody lower on some kind of tier list because of their disability, that's not really a joke. What's the joke?
And like I said, if you repeat a joke that, like, let's say like Anna or one of my friends said about me on stream, and you think it's, you know, fair game, whatever, because that's like honestly more understandable. But it's when we get to like people shipping me or people rating me that I'm really, really exhausted, upset, and tired of it. And like I said, most stuff doesn't bother me, but this is one of those things where I just really think like it's getting ridiculous. And I think the fact that I've had to address this so much is super irritating. Imagine you wake up every day with the worst if you've ever had a migraine, imagine that, like, probably a little bit worse. Okay, you have that every day, you wake up with it, you go to bed with it, you have body aches, you're fatigued all the time, because when you have a lot of pain and health problems, your body is fatigued because your body regenerates and heals when it sleeps. So if your body is constantly broken, you're constantly tired, and you still are able to stream and be the funny guy on stream, and you try your best to put on a strong face even in days where you don't feel good. And then you're constantly reminded online by random motherfuckers you don't know. Hey, you're sick, by the way. Hey, you have a health condition. Hey, you're weak and I'm lowering you this because you're frail. Oh, hey.
It's such horrible behavior from people. Like, they turn the person's disability into their entire personality in the head of the reactionary thinking of this person with the disability. It's not actually, from my opinion, I have never watched this Kyo streams. I was actually thinking of a different Kyo when Kyo was said. And my literal first impression is that this person doesn't talk about it as their entire stream. They've mentioned it more than once, obviously, but it's not the focal point of their streams. But then there's people that think, well, they've talked about it sometimes, so let's just push that idea that it's their entire personality, when that's just not true, is it?
I think I'm gonna ship you with this character because you need saving and they heal people in this fictitious scenario, even though their health condition is real.
Oh, Jesus Christ, was that actually a real thing? That is sweet. I'm more than 2 minutes into the video. That is fucked up. Why are they doing that to Kyo? I need to go stand Kyo now.
Like, imagine that. Who the fuck would want to experience that? Be fucking for real. You wake up, you are having a rough day. Your job is to be an entertainer and be entertaining. You're gonna go on stream and still be the funny person despite you not feeling good. And all you're gonna see is people reminding you that you're not feeling good, reminding you that you're lower, weaker, need help, whatever the fuck it is, because you're not feeling good. It's not a joke to me. It's not something that goes away when I end stream. It's not something that stops when I look on Twitter. It never goes away. So I don't want it being talked about so casually. I'm a person. I'm not just your entertainment. I know this was supposed to be a fun stream. I didn't expect to get this upset about it. I think it's partially because I haven't been feeling very good recently. Like, I've been a lot worse than normal. But I'm just tired.
And I'm not gonna lie, it's
Man. Oh, people are treating that guy horribly. They should really... Kyo needs a break. He needs to enjoy his fun streams. Let him engage with content how he wants and don't push him into it.
It's kind of a hard watch. I don't like seeing Kyo this upset. That was then followed up with this tweet here. I debated tweeting this out yesterday after I addressed it on stream, but decided that it is important. Please stop using my real health condition for your fictional ships, tier lists, ranking, categories, jokes, etc. I'm tired of seeing my health used as a way to belittle my capabilities, call me frail, weak, or imply that I need saving. I'm only open with this stuff because I want to inspire other people with disabilities to feel empowered, feel like they can do what they want, and to be constantly told that I am weak every time I go online is against what I stand for. I don't think it's right to constantly remind someone that they are suffering simply because you find it amusing. I am a human, I am not just an entertainer. This is not about anything specific or recent exclusivity, but rather a greater issue, so please don't attack anyone you think this may be about. And yeah, man.
Oh my god, people just love to make it weird. The worst part to me is that there are people that are doing this deliberately. Like, I don't have any specific names. I haven't been following this drama. But I know people. And there are some portions of people that can just be downright horrible. It's really magnified, in my opinion, with how the separation is between fantasy and reality with VTubers, and like people just so quickly and easily forget. Yeah, Kyo Kaneko. Just people are so willing to forget that there's people behind these avatars.
I'm gonna level with you. Kyo's right, obviously. I will say that I didn't even know that this was happening. Admittedly, I'm not like a Kyomi. I don't regularly watch Kyo. I always like when Kyo shows up in collabs. He's a very funny dude. But because I am not like an active member of Kyo's community, I didn't really know that this was happening. And some of you guys know, but I used to be the shipping professor over on the Clock app, and I used to talk about ships, and some of them were VTubing ships. If you're
I was not aware of this history of Mr. Underhill. I'm aware of other histories.
curious, my favorite ship is obviously Cyborg, because duh. But I never really wanted to talk.
I don't know what the Cyborg ship is. I am not a part of that community. I personally kind of think it's weird to ship people.
Talk about ships that involved Kyo, because while Kyo always said that he was comfortable with people like shipping him, he just wasn't like crazy about seeing it. Because he wasn't crazy about seeing it, it made it clear that he is not himself comfortable with talking about that kind of stuff, and he's not comfortable with like shipping. Like, at least that's always the vibe that I got, that he was like, it's fine, I just don't really want to see it. And that made me not want to talk about any ships involving Kyo, and I would assume that his fan base would have probably reflected that, but apparently not. Like, again,
I will say, Underhill, it sounds like you're missing something there, that the people doing this against Kyo were not his fan base, I would say. I don't think a streamer with those kind of vibes would have a community that would typically make fun of that of him. I think that's people being detractors against him, trying to get a laugh at person with disability because they're an easy punching bag, and people are horrible.
he's not saying like don't do that, because I was gonna say it's weird to join a company like Niji, which is so like shipping is definitely part of that fandom. So it would be weird to join a company like Niji and not be cool with that, like to some degree, you know, like it's kind of
Yeah, like you expect it comes with the territory, kind of like, excuse me. As people get into lewd tubing, they need to be aware that even though, or even more so, beyond the objectification of people don't see the VTubers as people, it's even more amplified in the lewd tuber space because they see you as just hentai. No, never considering you a person. It's wonderful.
the territory a little bit. And I'm not saying that Fujoshi and Fudanchi run the Niji-Sanji fandom or anything, but I am heavily implying it. But it's why I never really talked about any ships involving Kyo, because A, I don't really ship any, because obviously, even though he said it was okay, I don't really want to. I always felt like it, I don't know, it just felt kind of like not cool. When it comes to
I understand that. Not the shipping stuff, I don't get that, but I personally enjoy I have previously enjoyed making lewd art of other VTubers. I've never been shy about that. But the big thing to me is consent. And the biggest story I would point to in that regard would be when I talked with Suris on stream. I had asked him, how do you feel about not safe for work art? Because he put out a video on April 1st about he's wanting to go over fan art, and then it's just not safe for work art censored off for YouTube. So I had talked to him like a couple weeks after that or so. So I'd asked him, how do you actually feel about that? And he said he was numb to it. So despite the fact that I enjoy making lewds of people, I've never actually made lewds of Suris's VTuber, because he wouldn't appreciate it the way I appreciate such art. And different strokes for different folks. I really like that guy too. If you don't know Suris, check out Suris Skeptic.
Like VTuber ships, it's like you have to make sure that they're cool with it, because yes, you know, like we're not real. I am not actually a burrowing owl. I know that's a lot to take in, but
What?
I am totally cool with you shipping me with whoever the hell you want. But to not only like ship somebody who said like, it's not really my favorite thing, to ship them, it's like, okay, like I guess, right? Because they gave you permission, it's fine, right? Like, okay, that's fine. But to then bring their IRL like health issues into it, bizarre, like absolutely.
Yeah, it goes beyond the pale and gets even more bizarre when you're focusing on shipping VTubers as if they were characters, but then you're tying in the IRL part, so you're literally shipping actual people, and not just in the sense that the people portraying VTube or using VTubers to make their content aren't actual. Oh my god. Fucking people, man.
No, crossing lines, absolutely not okay. I can't believe I'm giving a shipping professor lecture this far after stopping being the shipping professor. But as Kyo said, it goes beyond shipping. There's people who put Kyo on those like power scaling tier lists for Niji Sanji, and like people calling him weak because of his health condition. Let me tell you something, homie. Based off what Kyo has, he's the strongest person in that entire company. No, by all means, you try being Kyo for like a couple days, and then you tell me if that man is weak. Kyo is strong.
He makes solid points. Nothing to add there. Holy shit. This is part of why I watched Mr. Underhill.
Strong as all hell. Not only for having to deal with what he has to deal with regularly, but now this on top of that. People calling him weak, people making jokes at his expense. Don't get me wrong, Kyo is a very, like, jokey guy, you know, like, he enjoys, like, joking around with his friends. You are not his personal friends. You are not allowed to make those jokes. It is not cool. It is not okay. Certain jokes are just out of bounds, and I feel like I'm glad that Kyo, like, addressed it.
I really wish more people understood that you might really enjoy my content. You might watch every single video. I don't necessarily know you at all. But if you find a joke, or if I make a joke that you find funny and then you go and repeat it to somebody, I can't really stop that. I can just do my best to tailor my jokes in a way that aren't going to be punching down, so to speak.
Glad that he talked about it, because yeah, like it's something that like I feel like sometimes jokes as a fandom or as a viewership can go too far. I'm not gonna lie, there's sometimes like when I stream and I say something and then like you guys latch onto it, that I'm not gonna lie, kind of hurts my feelings a little bit. It's, you know, like sometimes you guys take jokes too far.
That's a part of being a creator in general, that it's just how life goes as you're a public figure, as you're an entertainer. Especially when comedy is so goddamn powerful. A joke can stay in your mind forever if you really, really like it. It's so interesting how you can come up with the most banger joke possible, and then it just falls flat in front of your audience. But then you're going through something else and you say something off the fly or off the cuff, and your audience just runs with it. It's a weird ass phenomena, but it is something that's prevalent with all types of entertainment. You just gotta look hard enough.
not your fault. It's like my fault for never addressing it, but Kyo has now addressed it. So I hope that this means that it's just squashed and we don't do this anymore. Because, like, he addressed.
We can hope that, but the reality is people are still going to do that, and there are going to be people that get off to the attention or get off to the idea that knowing he doesn't like that, so some people are going to start doing it more. And those type of people, you should just block and never think about them ever again.
He's telling you it's not okay, so anybody still doing it afterwards is just kind of a jerk. Next up, we're going to be talking about something that I kind of...
That is putting it lightly. I would have used much stronger words, but he's got a comfy aesthetic. It's part of why he's blown up so much.
tried to avoid because it just made me uncomfortable, but we're going to talk about it because it kind of ties into like the overall theme. Hoshimachi Suisei got swarmed by unicorns for something absolutely ridiculous. So admittedly, I don't know a whole lot about Suisei. This is actually, like, I had heard...
I know she's made some music. I like her music. Why did the unicorns attack her? Hey, Alexa.
Heard of her before, but this is like the first time I like really heard about her, where like there was a lot going on. And if you don't know, they're a HoloLive streamer. And they're actually one of the few HoloLive VTubers who like actually like had their VTuber model like carry over from things that they were doing in the past. So they were like the only, to my knowledge, adopted VTuber in a agency like HoloLive or Niji.
Oh, what's a unicorn? It's a fan that basically is like, my Oshi owes me because I support her so much, and I will gamer myself and everyone in this room if she collabs with a man. Those types of people.
So that's kind of cool. But basically, there was this male idol. He was streaming. He was on his Switch, and then all of a sudden, you know how it says like so-and-so is now online. Well, that so-and-so was Suisei's alt, and people lost their minds thinking, oh my god, they're dating. Oh my god, they're this. Oh my god, they're that. Homie, relax. I know this is ironic coming from a quote-unquote...
So from what I know, that's Suisei drama? Ooh, fill me in. Fill me in, please. Giggity. So what it sounds like so far, it's just they were friends on their alts on Switch. People found out about their alts, and well, people make stuff weird with their parasocial attachments. Unicorns go way too far with their parasocial attachments. Some of them literally feel like they're in a relationship with their Oshi, and that's weird. Part of why I don't like shipping culture is because it reinforces that. And I do believe a bit of a parasocial attachment is a good thing. It is so easy for it to go too far. It's got to be kept in check very, very hard.
T channel, but A, I think you guys know that I'm not actually a T channel. It's just fun branding. And B, weird, but regardless, Suisei did end up talking about it. I'm going to be showing you clips from HoloLive.
Goddamn auto captions. He said Suisei, not that other word.
Live clips. They like translated it, so here you go.
X っていうものを皆さんご存知ですか？ X っていう場所でですね、星町水星が
Okay, so she got canceled on Twitter. Yeah, Underhill kind of explained it, but basically a famous streamer had her as a friend and her notification popped up on his stream. Oh, yeah, okay. People are so weird. So her alt pops up as a friend notification on their stream. So Suisei gets canceled on Twitter because incels.
まあ、いわゆる炎上と呼ばれるね、とんでもなく話題にされることがありました。X でですね、とある男性アイドルの方と付き合ってるんじゃないのか、同棲してるんじゃないのか、はたまた結婚してるんじゃないのか、みたいな話。
From a notification. It means they're married. Oh my god. Why can't you just assume they were roommates like gay people? Oh, is it because they're straight? Oh, that's less funny.
が上がってたんですね。で、私の過去の、
They actually went back and... Oh, the internet detectives just don't fucking stop. Ignore that noise.
なんだろう、発言とか、配信に載った音声とかがいろいろ掘り起こされて、これも証拠じゃないか、あれも証拠じゃないか。
God, they love their internet detective work. I won't lie, it's kind of fun.
これもそうなんじゃないのかっていう風に話題になってたんですね。で、その件について、先ほど18時にですね、先方のブログが更新されまして、そこで全くそんな関係ではありませんという風に否定をしてくださいました。
Methinks the lady doth protest too much. Ah! No, for real. Why are people going so overboard with this?
していただきました。その方とはですね、最近ゲームを通じて知り合う機会があって、で、友人としてもリスペクトをしてくださっていた方、ホロライブが嫌いな人、星町水星が嫌いな人、人の人生がめちゃくちゃになってほしい人とか、なんかそういう面白くなってほしい人、炎上していることが面白い人っていうのが、今、私に目をつけて、いろんなヤジを飛ばしてきたり、憶測をたくさん展開したりとか、今いろいろしてるんですね。これからも、しばらくは続いたりすると思います。それが。しばらく。
Yeah, that's going to be going for a while. I don't think it'll actually ever go away. VTubing attracts the weirdest people. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
私、ネットのおもちゃにされると思います。で、私以外にも、私を応援してくれるみんなに対して、アンチの人たちが、お前こんなやつ推してんのバカじゃねえのみたいな。
Where have we seen that kind of speaking before? It's not from an upstanding citizen, that's for sure. If you know, you know.
お前目覚ませよみたいな。私だけじゃなくて、
The wake up buddy is pretty rude, I'll say that one.
応援してくれるみんなに対しても、いろいろとバカにしたり攻撃するようなコメントがあったりするかもしれないんですけれども、それに関してできれば無視してほしくて、私もそれがすごく辛かったの。なんかみんなが私のことを応援してくれ。
Just block them. It's on the internet. It's not real. God damn it. That shit does pile up, especially if you're big enough. And every individual person might just feel they're giving their 2 cents and walking away, and in reality, that's what that individual might be doing. But the broader effect of that, when a lot of individuals start leaving their 2 cents and walking away, well, ContraPoints put it best. The snowflake doesn't need to feel responsible for the avalanche.
くれているだけなのに、それがイコール悲しいことにつながってしまうのって本当にすごい辛くて、インターネット講座始めたいと思います。
Ooh, teacher sensei.
ネットの使い方には気をつけてほしいっていう話を今からするので、ネットは伝言ゲームになりがちという意識を持ってください。星町水。
Oh, yeah, she's nailing that one on the head. That's how cancellation works. It is a massively public game of telephone where everything does get made public, but people don't always stick to the facts. Hell, ContraPoints addressed this in her cancellation video. Basically, people will essentialize what happens. Like, let's go with Fillion. People say Fillion is racist. Do I know that for sure? No, not at all. But I get linked, or I ask why she's racist, and then I hear that she made a joke about George Floyd. Oh, okay, that sounds pretty bad. To make a joke about George Floyd, I can't remember if it was during the BLM stuff when it was at its peak or not. But basically, I did go back and find the clip. The joke she ends up making was, you're breathtaking, you're breathtaking, you're breathtaking. You know, that Keanu Reeves meme? And then she says, George Floyd said that. which I actually laughed at because it's a joke about police brutality, not about a black person. Yeah, I don't think it was during the height of the BLM protests, but people just hear she made a George Floyd joke, that means she's racist, and it's like, well, that joke in particular wasn't about his race. It just involved a black guy, and it sounded to me like an edgy way of making fun of police brutality, like the Simon Says joke with police.
異性と〇〇は付き合っているっていう情報が、まあ SNS 上で拡散されたとします。スイちゃん彼氏いるって噂立ってるのマジ？スイちゃん彼氏いるの？スイちゃん彼氏いたのか。って事実みたいに拡散されちゃうんですね、今度は。こうやって。
Yeah, she nailed it on the head right there. That's how these dramas go. It's a little bit of info gets out by somebody that does, or somebody that actually saw something, and then somebody else just runs with it. That's how this shit always goes, and it's why you should look for the source of shit instead of just repeating things verbatim, or what you think is verbatim.
で、事実じゃないことが伝言ゲームでどんどん飛躍していって、もっともっと違う方向で情報が根付いてしまうんです。インターネットっていうのはゴシップがやっぱ広がりやすくて。
Oh, for fuck's sakes, the internet just loves gossip. That's part of why I have my channel, cause like there's more than a handful of people that do their gossip, but I try my best to look into as much as I can and give a balanced opinion on the thing, as well as hopefully some solutions. Nobody's perfect though.
その後に違いますよって言った記事はあんまり拡散されない傾向にあるんですね。だからそもそもそうならないように気をつけていただきたいんです。その情報の出所がどこなのか、情報源に信憑性はあるのか、その情報の根拠は何なのか、その情報は本当に拡散してもいいものなのかを投稿する前にちゃんと考えるようにしてほしいです。
But yeah, that's the
Yeah, okay. She pretty much said similar stuff to me, but in Japanese.
Susue drama. Incredibly weird. Fans again overstepping boundaries, you know, like fans like thinking that they know what's best, fans thinking that they know what their Oshi needs to be doing, fans thinking that like their Oshi is theirs and they're allowed to do whatever. It's not good. It's not.
Yeah. It's people literally treating VTubers like anime characters. Not even giving them the agency of being a person. Because of course VTubers aren't real.
Good. It's bad. It's awful. It's really bad. I don't like it. It creeps me out, and it's kind of gross. So yeah, anyway, next story, please. So, Nijisanji EN just revealed their brand new wave with this tweet here, basically showing off the new guys. Admittedly, this is the second time they tweeted this, because the first time, everybody lost their minds about the audio quality, so they had to take it down, fix the audio quality a little bit, and then re-upload it, which admittedly is kind of funny, but is also...
I think I heard about this. But all the context I have, or that all the context that I've already had, was just explained here by Mr. Underhill. Nijisanji made an announcement, took it down, and then put it back up because of the audio quality. That's a pretty funny mess up for a big company like Nijisanji.
Something that we're going to talk about. And before we get into the response that people had to the new wave, allow me to just say, I love them already. Right out the gate, I think the funniest member is definitely gonna be Claude. I love this little shit. I love him already. He hasn't even debuted yet, and I already love him. At the time of this video being recorded, and I think at the time of it going live.
Pretty sick design. I'll say that.
They have yet to debut. This hasn't quite happened yet. Hello, this is Editing Underhill, editing this video in the future, specifically the day after I made this video, and turns out, no, the debuts actually happened yesterday, and they were very good. We'll probably talk about them in another video. If not, we're talking about it in our Discord, so you can join us there. Back to you, past Underhill. It's very D&D. I really enjoy it. I think the designs are really cool. I love their interactions so far on Twitter. I think they're very funny. I'm excited. I do wonder why they don't have a name yet. It's a little odd. But this is the part where we have to talk about something not quite as fun, and that is the reaction to this new wave. Now, as you guys know, a new wave at any agency, like big or small, is usually meant to be met with, you know, a lot of celebration, a lot of excitement. It's supposed to be a fun time.
Yeah, a new career is launching. Personally, I think it's great when people can make creation their full-time job. I know personally just how frustrating it is to be a wage slave in this economy. I would very much like to not be. So anytime I can see, or I do see somebody else able to achieve that success, I am happy for them. I know they're escaping the wage slave of a typical job and switching to one for entertainment.
The internet has decided that this is actually very serious business time, so no fun allowed. As I said, there was the audio issue. I didn't think it was that bad. Like, yeah, the audio quality wasn't like amazing, but like it wasn't like enough for them to like delete the tweet and then re-upload it. Like, I felt like that was kind of extreme. It was a little funny, but a little bit extreme. Not to mention the way that people voiced these criticisms wasn't, oh, you know, like I really am excited for the new wave, but I do feel like the audio quality wasn't great. You know, coming from a company, it could have been better, right? No, that's not what it was. It was people like all caps tweets talking about how bad the audio quality is. Oh my God, this company's so bad. Oh my God, like Nijisanji, black company. Oh my God, so bad, bad company, bad company. We had people shout.
For context, Mr. Underhill is openly a Nijisanji stan. I think Nijisanji is like one of his favorite companies. And for further context, I am not a fan of Nijisanji. Everything I've heard so far of them, I don't like the management of them. I don't like the management, the higher ups. The talent I have no issues with whatsoever. But the stories from X-Talent reveal problematic natures behind the curtains with Nijisanji.
That it's too soon for a new wave, that, oh, they're releasing too many VTubers all the friggin' time, despite the fact that we've only had 3 in this entire year, so not a lot. And the way people were voicing it by, like, quote...
Didn't Nijisanji do, like, one wave literally 2 weeks after another or something like that? I think that's what people were complaining about with the Nijisanji is releasing too many VTubers. Plus, they've had a lot of graduations. Like, a lot of graduations.
Retweeting the original tweet and, like, making it so that, like, obviously the livers are going to see that crap. Uncool, especially when people are trying to celebrate. Not kosher.
Yeah, like, it did happen once. I don't think it's super common of them to release waves that quickly. I think people are just looking for any reason to hate Nijisanji, and it's like, this ain't one of them, Chief.
To me, I saw some homies say like, well, no, because like this is the perfect time to talk about it. I disagree. It's like going to somebody's birthday and reminding them that they still owe you $5. It's their birthday. Can it maybe wait? And then there's the friggin'
awesome comparison. That yeah. Like, I don't like Nijisanji, but I'm not going to bring up my issues with the company on somebody's debut announcement. It's not the time and place. Read a goddamn room.
Oshimark debate. If you care that much about an Oshimark, a bunch of emojis, I really think that maybe it's time to close the laptop and go outside. I don't like saying touch grass because to me it's kind of a like redundant phrase at this point, but like,
I will say you should go outside and touch grass if you care that much about an Oshimark. It really is not a big deal. Holy crap. There are much better ways to actually look into, or there are much clearer ways you can see if other people are dog whistling. It's not going to be from a goddamn emoji in their name. Now, if it's not an emoji and it's a quote, not swastika, I think you can make that argument that they're trying to dog whistle something. A very, very obvious dog whistle that they will deny 100%.
genuinely, I think some fresh air might Like, I'm not even joking here. I think actually going outside, just get some fresh air and come back, like go for a walk, come back, cool down. It might help you kind of change your perspective a little bit, because it really does not matter. And yelling at the livers because of that, or blaming the company for that, is just inherently ridiculous. Not to mention,
I wonder if he's talking about the Henya one. He does talk pretty vaguely, so it's sometimes hard to know what he's referring to specifically. But people tend to have issues with, well, emojis in Twitter handles and stuff. I've seen it in the online left space. I've seen it in the VTuber space now. There's better ways to focus your energy.
and you have, of course, like the other people saying like, oh, why would they join this company? Why would they do this? Yo, real talk, okay? Like, stop it. Stop. They're trying to be excited because they're debuting. This is so not cool, the way that people are reacting. And it's not even just Niji, right? I've seen this with Hollow Stars too. I've seen this across the board. The designs are crap. The voices doesn't match. The lore is bad. Like, just all this stuff. Look.
They're the bigger or the more attention creators get, the more people will just hate them for whatever reason. They'll get their own bias into their head, and then they will just run with it, never actually learn anything about that creator or VTuber.
Maybe wait until after to dump on them. Maybe let them celebrate a little bit first. But yeah, let's actually discuss the thing that I wanted to discuss today now. There is so much negativity in the VTubing space, I can't even enjoy it anymore. And I get it, as a like quote unquote news tuber or a like drama tuber or a T-chant, whatever you want to call me. I prefer commentary because I don't always talk about the negative.
Hey, commentary siblings. Yeah, I will say I've covered a lot of bad shit on this stream, and well, if you can sit through all my videos and watch me regularly, hats off to you. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how I do it. We do it.
I actually make videos where we just talk about positive stuff, and we talk about at least majority positive stuff, but obviously today, this is not that video. And I get that some people might be like, oh, a little bit hypocritical, Mr. Underhill. And yeah, you're right. I don't mind talking about the negative when it like is important to talk about it and when it matters. Like obviously the Kyo stuff is important, the Susue stuff's important, like the Niji, like the new Niji EN wave, like
yeah, like if you only focus on the positive and you just never commentate on the negative stuff, some people will consider that a passive endorsement of it because nobody's condemning them for that. It's kind of why I personally think it's important to call out such bad behavior. And like all this drama and toxicity is not VTuber specific. It just feels like the VTuber scene is becoming a lot more toxic and drama focused, but that's just what happens when things become more mainstream, because people are pieces of shit. They love their trash content. I love making it. I'm not denying that. But people will always follow the drama. We just can only do what we can as commentators to try to get people to think in a at least somewhat critical way, right? We try to get people to at least, well, not attack people for no goddamn reason.
could have just talked about the positive, but I felt like it's important to like just this one time I'm gonna address something. And I know that this is gonna get me flack both from other like from VTubing fans and also other creators, but it's something that's been on my mind for a while. I'm just gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it this one time, and then I'm never gonna address this again. This community, the parliament, is my only priority. As long as you guys are happy, I don't care about what's happening in the greater VTubing space. I really, at this point, I can't.
That's respect where respect is due. Mr. Underhill, that is the way you will truly succeed. Because if you're focused on, will other creators hate me for this, you're never really going to be yourself. Personally, I think it's better that you focus on what makes, or you focus on sharing what you truly think, what you truly feel, at least as much as you can, as much as corpo VTubers can. But you and I are indie, Mr. Underhill, because I'm talking to you directly, because obviously you're listening. But the thing is, I forget where I was going. Essentially, I want to say, yeah, I completely derailed myself. Nice. I do. Where the hell was I? Seriously. Right, you can't, if you focus too much on being, or on saying things that you only think other creators will resonate with, you're just stifling your own creativity, in my opinion. And I personally think there has been a rise of people enjoying authentic, so to speak, VTubers, where there's a growing number of people that are genuinely interested in like an actual person behind the VTuber and not just a talking head. So that's why I personally think it's more important to focus on your community specifically, rather than can I appeal to every single creator I look up to. I personally don't think I can. I honestly constantly worry about have the bigger creators seen my stuff and that's why they don't talk to me? I can't know. It's something I can never know. I can just keep moving forward, keep putting out my content, and keep cultivating my community in the ways I see fit. And that's just the, in my opinion, best way to move forward. And obviously, Mr. Underhill needs my opinion because he's at only 14K and I'm at a rising 470. No K.
To want to try to make the VTubing space as a whole a more positive space.
But for clarity, for people that don't know, Mr. Underhill's been in content creation for way longer than I have.
I wanted us to, like, be nice, like the thumper rule of thumb. If you don't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. But I realize it's too big, it's too much, I'm too small of a guy, I'm not gonna change that. If the space wants to be negative because a bunch of bad actors feel like zeroing in on people and being negative, then you know what? Let them. I'm not gonna try to fight them. I'm done. What I am gonna do is try to make this space, the Parliament, a place for positivity and when times call for it, neutrality. There will.
I can sort of respect that, but I would say I do think it's important to point out when people are, lying sometimes. I can sort of respect the, if you have nothing nice to say at all, don't say anything. But on the other hand, if you're going to come on a stream and then admit you've dated an underage person, I will be saying not nice things, but I am not adding it to this video.
There will be stories that make me upset. There will be stuff that we talk about that I have a negative opinion on, but I will always try my best to.
That was about somebody completely unrelated, has nothing to do with Mr. Underhill, by the way. If you watch my content regularly, you probably know what femboy I am talking about, and it's not the owl.
Be as neutral and positive and upbeat as I possibly can be. Somebody's got to do it. It might as well be the owl. When it's getting to a point where you have not only smaller indies, but big indie VTubers and corporate streamers, all of them, like all these livers, all these VTubers talking about the fact that the space has become so negative and so drama hungry, something has to give. When even Scarla Yonaguni, the funniest, sweetest VTuber in all of Niji, is telling people that they may have to ban the word graduate because people are just that crazed right now. Something has gone wrong.
I mean, I'm not denying that something has gone wrong, but I'm willing to bet there's probably a common reason why there's been a lot of graduations at Niji Sanji. And I don't think it's been the drama, because people looking for drama, engaging in drama, just pushing drama onto creators. It's something that's always been prevalent. It's part of human nature, sadly.
Thing has to give. It's got to stop. And you know what? Like, for me, I'm like, this is my disconnect. I am disconnecting from the greater VTubing space. I am taking the Parliament, and we are going to our borough, and we are chilling there. I love Niji. I love Hololive. Love VShojo. Love these. Love Idol and Lucid and Kawa. I love these guys, right? And as much as I know I make the joke of like indie VTubers were a mistake, ha ha ha. I love the indies too. I love them. I love VTubing. It is fun to me to watch these little anime characters playing their little games on stream and making their little videos and stuff like that. VideoTubers, I see you. I respect the hell out of you. I want to talk about positive stuff. I want to talk about the fact that Mary's doing this new, like, end of the world, like, audio drama. You know, I want to talk about audio dramas. I want to talk about, like, oh, like, you would, like, this VTuber got this new design. It's so cute and blah, blah, blah. But, like, it's always sandwiched in between, like, this guy said this thing, then, like, it set off the VTubing community. And there was this, like, leak of, like, this person, like, left this company and just talked trash all the way out. And
Yeah, unfortunately, that's how it goes. People don't get clicks for positive stories. Those are the fluff pieces. People want to be outraged. People want to watch the horrible stuff. It's not good. It's not good. It's why I engage with the content I do, because I think it's important to shed the kind of perspectives that I have on that stuff. And yes, that is very narcissistic of me to say. I am not denying that part.
I can't keep doing this. Again, I know that people are gonna be like, oh, it's hypocritical. Oh, but you're a tea channel or whatever. I'm not. It's just branding. I like tea. Tea is synonymous with, like, stories and gossip, so, like, yeah, right? But at the same...
Yeah, like, Mr. Underhill typically covers lighter stuff. He does not typically cover, well, the kind of drama that I cover, which, I mean, he's on the lighter side of drama, and then I'm on the heavier side, which is where it gets too far to actually call it drama, where that's belittling the stuff that I'm actually covering. So, like, just saying.
Same time, it's just an excuse for me to say tea while referencing stories that happen in the VTubing space. I'm a commentary channel. I just comment on stuff. And I also wait until the story is actually, like, ready for me to talk about it. I wanted to wait on the Niji EN, like, the new wave, but I felt like I had to talk about it now because it's been just weighing on me. From me to my Parliament, right? To the viewers who are, like, subscribed and are with me on this, you and I want to make a pact right now, okay? If you can't say nothing nice, don't say nothing at all. An insult is not criticism. Those are different things. If you need to be negative, go talk about it to your friend in the DMs. Go talk about it in a Discord where you know they're not going to see it. Don't use their hashtags to make sure that the livers see it. Don't quote, retweet like them and talk trash and talk about how they need to leave. Stop it. I do not support that type of behavior. I don't want it in my community, right?
I will say, I am not directly part of his community. I've caught videos. I loosely orbit him because I like his opinions kind of thing, but I'm not even in his Discord. That said, I do agree that insults are not criticism. And if you're going to go after somebody, I will say, like, I can't stop people from going after others. I can just hopefully influence them to, like, you know, don't go after immutable characteristics. Don't go after, like, low-hanging fruit type stuff. You go after the stuff they've actually said or done. That is stuff that I think is totally fair game to call out if you think it's bad behavior. But a lot of the stuff like the Kyo stuff, that's worth calling out. The speculation on Suisei, keep that offline. Weird. It's so weird.
If you're going to level criticism, level criticism. I've seen members of our community level criticism in both the Discord and on Twitter, because yes, I see you guys, leveling criticism at companies, at other VTubers in a way that is not rude. You can do it in a way that doesn't make you a jerk. I don't support it and I won't have it here. Like, hard and fast, no, I simply will not. Whether it's at a company, whether it's at an indie, I'm not having it. No more negativity. No. There's a difference between criticism and insults. There's a difference between genuine advice and pure negativity. And
I don't think you should be throwing insults just flippantly or broadly, but if you're going through a disagreement with people and they're getting a little heated and you're getting a little heated, they happen. But, like, it's not good behavior to do. If you are getting heated on Twitter, get off Twitter. Go outside.
I'm not having it here. And yes, negativity does include stuff like using this man's illness to fuel your fan fiction. Stop it. He's told you it's not okay. We're not doing that anymore. Susue is allowed to have friends outside of her VTubing activities. Believe it or not. Stop being so weird. Companies will frick up sometimes. So yeah, tell them like, hey, the audio's not great on this. Don't berate them. That makes you a jerk. We need to be better. And by we, I mean content creators and viewers. And especially like people who are going to talk about like VTubing as a whole, like commentary channels. We need to be better, and I really hope that we can be, and I'm going to do my best to be just that. Anyway, I know that was very serious, so poop fart stinky pants. There you go. Everybody comment poop fart stinky pants in the comments, please. But yeah, if you enjoyed today's video, please hit that thumbs up. I have a feeling that this video is not going to be received very well, so, you know, please support your boy if you enjoyed the video. Speaking of supporting your boy, I have to give a big thank you to the wonderful members of the Elite.
Yeah, overall, I'd say I respect his opinions. I like this guy. What? I will say that I do think I handle my content fairly well. I don't think I'm exhibiting any toxic traits, but please, if you do think you see some toxic traits out of me, you're more than welcome to levy your criticisms at me, publicly or privately. I am okay with that. I am willing to self-reflect. I just don't know where it's so bad. I'm not a big fan of like civility politics, the whole they go low, you go high kind of bullshit. Because then they're just going to keep going low. They're not going to stop. But if they start seeing you're willing to go to their terms, they kind of back off. I'll use the example of debate culture. Like, the right used to be really, really big on free marketplace of ideas, debate us, prove us wrong, and the left largely were video essayists that did not want to engage with conversation. And then some debate bros showed up for the left, and after a handful of debates, the right kind of decided, we're not doing that anymore. People make us look too bad for talking about our ideas, and it's like, yeah, kind of have bad ideas. So that's where I guess I'm going with this. But yeah, if you see a problem either with my content or with, well, members of the community. I don't really have a name for you guys, but I should come up with one. Seriously, let me know and we can talk about it. Because I'm not one to be like, to just brush things aside. I am more than willing to talk things out. I don't plan on going anywhere anytime soon, but I do want to make my content as good as possible. I want to make my presentations as good as possible. I want to make my arguments, all of that stuff, as good as possible. And I just can't do that if I don't get any criticism whatsoever. But yeah, to wrap things up, VTuber fans make things so weird. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. subscribe for more content, and if you want to join the community, feel free to check out the Discord. I love to voice chat in there, so if you want to ever talk, I'm usually available. Well, in the afternoons.